Day 27, Monday the 13th of June. Wow, this is so surreal. We really are on the Isle of Man. Mike from Isle of Man Motorcycle Adventures picked us up at 8 a.m. We went to his house to pick up the Yamaha 600 we have hired for 2 days. How else would you cruise around this island? He gave us a map and some tips, and we headed to Peel, following a section of the TT track. We had just one brief photo stop on the way at the Braddon Church, which was established in 1229.
We're at the harbour in Peel on the west coast of the Isle of Man.
Mike did tell us that Peel was his favourite place on the island. It has the ruins of a castle and cathedral on St Patrick's Isle, which is now connected by the harbour and port. Some of the ruins date back to the 11th century.
Lovely looking spot. The castle here at Peel is built out on an island. You can drive to it now naturally because it's part of the harbour. See, it's still even got its cannons in the wall.
From Peel, we followed the coast down to Port Erin.
This is Port Erin.
I am just starting to berate myself for thinking this island existed merely for the TT. The International Isle of Man TT Tourist Trophy Race is a motorcycle sport event held annually on the Isle of Man in May or June of each year since the inaugural race in 1907. The Isle of Man TT for many years was the most prestigious motorcycle race in the world, and also seen as the ultimate test for competitors and machines. This island is a wealth of history and beauty. Then to the bottom of the island, there's Sound, where we had lunch with the most exquisite views of the Calf of Man, which is the island just offshore from the most southern part of the Isle of Man.
We are down at the Sound at the very bottom of the Isle of Man, and we're looking out at the Calf of Man, that little island. It's got horrendous currents coming through here at times. Especially have to be careful coming through here with a sailboat. And we've got a wee treat here because there's also a bunch of these guys here. As well as the seals, there's some of the old stone buildings, a wee lighthouse, a bunch of bods from all around the world come to see the views. And as we're here just after the TT, there's still a heap of bikes out this way. And these two are the basking bikey seals.
Sharks.
Basking sharks, yes. Basking bikies, yes. From a what? A Manx ice cream?
Full of
Manx ice cream.
The Calf is now a bird observatory, but history has it that the first inhabitant was a monk who lived there in solitude in the 1700s. While we were watching the seals on the rocks between the Sound and the Calf of Man, we met a lovely couple from Sydney. who had also hired a bike to see the island, and had a big chinwag with them. Back up the hill we rode to Castletown, a traditional Manx native Isle of Man folks crafting village. This village was one of the last strongholds on the island for the traditional way of life.
This whole village is set up as it used to be hundreds of years ago, right down to the thatched roofs. You can still see the calf of man down there in the distance. View from the top of the hill at Castletown.
Next stop, Castletown, the first capital of the island, with Rushen Castle, which dates back to the Viking times, 1597, and the Old House of Keys, former home of the Manx Parliament. Since 1866, the Isle of Man has been a crown dependency and has democratic self-government. It is its own country and makes its own rules. There are some tax laws that they refuse to accept, which makes her a tax haven to some businesses. But because it is a crown dependency, if anyone attacks her, good old Mother England steps in. As I see it, she has the best of both worlds. We loved our day on the bike, the only downside being we have to stop and remove gloves and helmet every time we want to take a photo. Well worth it though. Needless to say, we were both tired at the end of today, but also very content.